In a time and age where music artists are dropping albums every year and churning out singles like there's no tomorrow, how have Frank Ocean and Kendrick Lamar, two of the biggest artists of the last decade, managed to get to a point where they can drop albums and singles pretty much whenever they want? Simple. Because their music is just that good. No, I'm gonna actually tell you why. I believe this all starts with the current bodies of work. I'll start off with Frank Ocean since he's currently got less music out than Kendrick Lamar at the moment. Frank Ocean's got a solid and short discography with 2 mixtapes, one being the Lonnie Brew collection. You can Google that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe that's French. Collection and Nostalgia Ultra. And his albums consist of Channel Orange and Blonde. I won't count Endless / Boys Don't Cry since that's purely an Apple exclusive and not for everyone else. But in the modern day and age, I'm pretty sure you can find your way around anything. So, you know, illegal. But, you know, you can find your way about anything. Frank Ocean's biggest singles consist of Novocaine, Thinking About You, and Pink and White. A few of my favorites and personal recommendations are Pyramids, Self-Control, and American Wedding, which you can find on either SoundCloud or YouTube. Please, Frank Ocean, drop it on Spotify for the love of everything that is good. That and the entire Nostalgia Ultra project. I'll be entirely grateful. Please. As for Kendrick Lamar, his albums / mixtapes consist of Overly Dedicated, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, and my personal favorite to this day, To Pimp a Butterfly. Seriously, please go listen to that thing. It's amazing. It's aged fantastically. Please listen to it. Do yourself a favor. Just listen to it. The others also include Untitled Unmastered, Damn, and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers at the time of this video being recorded. Some of Kendrick's biggest singles consist of Humble, Alright, and Mad City. Some recommendations for those of you that never listened to the albums, want to do a deeper dive, would be songs such as Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, Rigor Mortis, and You Ain't Gotta Lie. All amazing songs. Now, while both artists have featured and have had singles since the most recent albums, it's been so far and few between that it's almost non-existent. I remember Beyonce had a quote about people not releasing album music anymore, which is truer than ever.
It's a tough time, and it's tough for the music industry. And, you know, I'm an artist that tours. I'm an artist that makes albums. That's it. People don't make albums anymore. They don't make albums. They just try to sell a bunch of little quick singles, and they burn out, and they put out a new one, and they burn out, and they put out a new one. People don't even listen to a body of work anymore.
Best examples of this nowadays are Drake and Chris Brown. And while I love both the artists dearly, the music they're making now compared to the music they made back in the day are more hits as opposed to just whole album experiences to which you can just lie back, listen to, and chill out. And they both released albums in the last few years, a whole lot of them, which are damn near movie length, full of garbage songs with a few hits that people will replay for the next couple of years or until the next album rolls out. Like, for example, the last Drake albums I could listen to all the way enjoyably and have a good experience were Views and More Life, and those were both 2016. Well, I think 2016 and 2017, don't care, but about the same time period. As for Chris Brown, he recently somewhat broke this trend with his Breezy album that came out earlier this year. Seriously, it's a nice album, and even though it's bloated, it's such a good listen. Like, so many of those songs I have in like a couple of playlists. Like, it's just a nice vibe, and I don't have to skip. It's a great feeling, y'all. And this Breezy album is the first Chris Brown project I've enjoyed in a long time, since like the X album, and that's almost a whole decade ago, bro. That was 2014. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, that's one way to feel old, but 2014, that's a while ago, bro. I was like 13 when the album came out. And even though I know I said the Chris Brown project is long and belated, why is it an hour and 20 minutes? Like, bro, I could play an old feature film for that long. And 2, I would have been fine with just like half the time, my guy. And don't even get me started with the deluxe, because there's a deluxe and it's damn near twice as long. Like, bro, we don't need an album that long, bro. Just give me something 45 minutes to an hour and we'll be straight. We'll be straight, my guy. Now, while Kendrick and Frank don't drop as religiously as the other two, they drop enough quality music in the time periods which they do to where it warrants them dropping music whenever they want, whenever they please, and their fans will be happy with whenever they drop it. Whether that be an album every 4 to 5 years, a single once, twice a year, or a random feature. I believe the people love quality over quantity, and this showed when Kendrick Lamar released his newest project earlier this year, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and the lead up single The Heart Part 5, which is so great. I could listen to that any time of day. The same concept applies to other mediums like TV shows and movies, for example. It's the same reason why creators like Mr. Beast and Nika Omalana, for example, can drop a video once a month to once every few months. It's because the product, in this case the YouTube video, is so good that people will wait however long for the next video to drop, whether that be the next month or the next couple of months. And it also just negates all the time you spend waiting up to it, because if you wait that long and the video is that good or exceeds expectations, and it's just like, yeah, of course I'm gonna wait however long until the next video drops. And for TV show equivalents, it's the same reason that Ozark, The Boys, Game of Thrones, House of Dragons have been booming over the last couple of months to year. I hope this urges people to give Frank Ocean and Kendrick Lamar a deep dive into music, listen to all the albums, you know, because I'm sure everyone will find something they like in different styles as well. And maybe this will finally urge Frank Ocean to drop an album, bro. An album, a mixtape, I don't care. Preferably an album so it's on Spotify so I can listen to it whenever and wherever I want. Please, bro, it's been too long. But yeah, drop the album, bro.